Hello folks, this is Carl's, your friendly neighborhood violin teacher. Today we're going to go a little bit more forward with getting our violin hand ready. And I want to remind you that this video is mirrored, so it's meant to look as though when you look at it, you're working in a mirror. So your violin, remember, should be in your right hand. Ha ha ha. Let's try that again. Your violin should be in your left hand and your bow should be in your right hand. The video is flipped so you can copy me exactly. All right. So let's start with things that we already should know how to do pretty well, and we'll go through them quickly. But let's review. We're going to review bow hold and a few other things. We'll start with the bow hold here. But don't worry, instead of doing it 10 times today, we're just going to do it 3 times. All right. So start here. We have our bow, right? We take our thumb and our middle finger, make sure they're talking to each other. Our other 2 fingers on the side and the pinkies on the tip, just like that. Make sure we get it closer, just like that. Shake, 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 shake. All right, let's try this again. There, there, and there. Yeah. And then one last time. So hopefully by now this should seem somewhat familiar, I hope. It shouldn't seem brand new, it should seem pretty familiar. There you go. I guess I didn't even count off, that was 3 times. Anyway, number 3. All right, let's also practice rest position. Let's take our violin, put it underneath our arms, mirror our feet together. This is rest position. So the first thing is we take our feet and comfortably spaced. We take the violin, we put it on our shoulder. We make a bow hold. You can make a bow hold on your chest or your stomach if you need to. You can also do it in the air, whatever you need to do. Make a really good bow hold. And rest your bow. And let's just do this on the E string. Actually, we should rotate. Actually, no, the E string is good. We'll do this on the E string, excuse me. On the E string 3 times. Here we go. Peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter sandwich. Yep. And back and put our feet together. Let's do that 2 more times. So play position feet, violin, put it on your shoulder, make a really comfortable bow hold. Put this on the E string. Now notice here, I have tapes now. I'm not sure if you guys have tapes. You probably don't, but the tapes emphasize, actually it's probably even better from farther away. The tapes say to use the middle third of your bow. We don't want to use the upper half, and we don't want to use the lower part. We want to use the middle third of the bow. If you don't know what a third is, or if it's rusty, that's okay. What we need to do though is we need to use the middle chunk of the bow. That's all I'm saying. Even if you don't know what a third is, just the middle chunk. And then of course, should be centered, not here over the bridge, right? And not here over the fingerboard, but right here halfway between the 2. All right, let's try that again. Okay, so peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter sandwich. All right, we'll do it one last time. Here we go. Feet. Put the violin on your shoulder. Get a really good bow hold. Put this here. All right, and here we go. Peanut butter sand. Oh yeah, sorry, I was cheating this whole time. I'm not going to redo it, but my hand should have been here the whole time. Excuse me. Should be right here. Here we go. Peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter sandwich. Okay, good. That's that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So a quick review of Eeek. The violin, remember the violin goes from rest position, we get our feet ready, we put the violin on our shoulder, and then we get our violin hand ready. So remember, the big thing about Eeek is that your elbow moves. So you don't have to say the words, but you should at least listen to what we're going to do here. So Eeek, Eeek, Eeek goes like this. Eeek, Eeek, Eeek. Move your elbow move your elbow in so your hand can reach to the A string. All the little ants. And again, move your elbow so your 4th finger can reach the D string. They are going down, down, down. And again, move your elbow so you can reach the G string. Down into the ground, ground, ground. We'll do that again. Here we go. Eeek, Eeek, Eeek. move your elbow to the A string. All the little ants, ants, ants. Move your elbow to the D string. They are going down, 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 and down into the ground. Move your elbow to the G string, down into the ground, ground, ground. Let's do that again. Last time. This will be the last time for this. Here we go. Eek, eek, eek. Move your elbow to the A string. All the little ants, ants, ants. Move your elbow to the D string. They are going down, down, down. And then move your elbow to the G string, down into the ground, ground, ground. All right. So, from last time, you may remember, we're going to draw on our hands just a big old smiley face. It doesn't have to be a smiley face. Actually, I'm going to put like a grumbly face here. And maybe some like flared nostrils and someone like looking up in like frustration off to one, like maybe someone rolling their eyes. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, okay, so anyway, here's my dude. So it's not really a happy face, but it's about as expressive as I can get with a marker. So anyway, draw whatever kind of face you want. Let's see. And of course, remember, if it's a Sharpie, like all you have to do is scrub your hand and the thing comes off like instantly. So it's really easy to take off. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we actually won't need your bow. You're just going to need your face and the violin. So put your violin on your shoulder. What we're going to do now is we're going to scooch back here. Now what I've shown you here, we haven't done much with this yet. But your thumb should be on this side here near your first finger tape. And your knuckles should be actually closer. So if you're looking at it from this side, look at this here. Notice that my hand is actually higher than my thumb. My thumb is about here where the first finger tape goes. And my hand is actually near the nut. Remember the nut is this little bar thing right there? That's where my hand goes. So this is kind of more the shape. Now notice here, right, that the smiley face, I'm going to keep calling it that even though it's not a smiley face. The smiling face is looking straight ahead and we're going to want it to be looking toward the violin. Just like this. So now the smiley face is still looking at me. We want to have it look toward the violin instead. So I thought we'd actually do some finger. Now last time we did finger taps with the violin. So I can show you that here as best as I can. So right on here. So let's do 10 of them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Now we'll try second finger. Right on its tape as best as you can. Try not to have it be anywhere. And so don't have it be just any old place. Have it be right on that second finger tape if you have one. And don't have it be fast. We just want them to be careful and good. So slow and steady, basically. So in other words, you need to be the tortoise. You don't want to be the rabbit. So 10. This is with second finger. Second finger is your middle finger. Second finger. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Now third finger is the same idea. Our third finger, if you remember from our finger taps, third finger is your ring finger. So 10, 9, it's maybe the same thing. Be slow and steady. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. We aren't going to be having to worry about our fourth finger for a while, so you don't have to worry about your fourth finger now. Let's see here. Oh, right, of course. So this is the newest thing. So the video is called Off Touch Sync, and you may have noticed that I haven't mentioned anything about Off Touch Sync until like 10 minutes in, because I wanted to review all that stuff to make sure we're all on the same page. But here's what Off Touch Set looks like. We're going to start with our third finger today. So not our first finger, not our second finger, but our third finger. And Off Touch Sync, I'll see how close as I can get here to the camera. So if you see here, here's my third finger, and it's just kind of hanging on its tape. The third finger is going to, when off touch set means we're going to look at 3 different places for our third finger. Our finger can be off, which means it's not touching the string. So I can get as close as possible. Hey, that's actually pretty good. Okay, good, there we go. So our third finger can be off, which means it's not touching the string. It can be doing touch, which means it's contacting the string, and then it can sync, which means it's pressing the string down. So again, I'll show you very slowly. Off, touch, sync. And we can go in a little cycle. Off, touch, excuse me, off, touch, sync, touch, off. Now we're going to do that in a little bit more detail so you have a chance to practice it. But one thing I want to point out, off makes a lot of sense. And sync, well, off makes a lot of sense. How you should think of touch, you should think of your finger like, if you think of a bird on like a telephone wire, right? If you watch birds land on telephone wires, the wire doesn't dip when the bird lands, right? The bird just lands on the wire and the wire just sits there, doesn't do anything. That's how you should think of your third finger. It touches the string, it doesn't sink into it. Now, if you will, think of something really silly like, I don't know, like a buffalo on a telephone wire, right? Now, of course, all kinds of carnage and chaos and stuff would happen if we actually try to balance a buffalo on a telephone wire, but go with me here for a second. We take our buffalo, we put it on telephone wire. Of course, that wire, unlike a bird, it's gonna sink way down. So that's what your finger does when we talk about sync. Your third finger, like a buffalo on a telephone wire, is gonna sink heavy and it's gonna pull that string to the ground. So touch is like birds landing on a telephone wire, on like a telephone cable. Sync is like a buffalo landing on a telephone cable. Or whatever kind of big, you know what, I never thought of it as a dinosaur. Whatever kind of big animal you want, that's what we're talking about here. So I'll try to show you again here. Nice and close. So again, here's off. Here's touch. Again, bird landing on a telephone wire. And then here is sync, a buffalo or a dinosaur landing on a telephone wire. Touch, off. Touch, sorry, sync, touch, off. Touch, sync, touch, off. We'll do it a couple more times. Here we go. Off, touch, sync, touch, off, off, touch, sync, touch, off. And just in case you guys were confused, when I say sync, I don't mean like the kitchen sink, and I don't mean like sync your phone. I mean like sync as in what you do when you put what a brick does when you put it in a when you put it in a pond, it sinks. That's what we mean by sync. I'm probably missing something. Oh yeah, yes I am. Last 2 things. We did lots of off-touch sync with third finger. Now we need to do it with second finger. So we'll do the same thing. So here's second finger. We want to start, I know it's super weird starting with third instead of first, but we've already started with third. Now we're going to go to second finger here. So again, second finger, here we go. Off, touch, sync, touch, off, touch, sync, touch, off, touch, sync, touch, off. And then the last time with first finger, here we go. So off, touch, sync, touch, off. Oh, and before I want to remind you something else here too. When we do sync, we don't want to crush our hand into the string on the violin. We're not like mashing it down. We're not trying to kill a bug with our fingers when we put them down. By sync, we just mean it's got to be a heavier finger, just heavy enough to push the string down. That's why we say sync and it's not crush, it's not mash, it's not squish, it's just sync. So again, off, touch, sync, touch, off, touch, sync, touch, off. Okay, that should do it. That should do it for now. Do the best you can with everything else here, and we will see you soon.